Just to let you know, Dupre Marine, we were a fleet of 7, 6 vessels owned by Dupre Marine, 1 vessel owned by Pac Marine, which is Jamin. Like I said, made a total of 7. We sold one back in May or March, somewhere around there, which this boat was supposed to be an addition. It turned out this boat to be a replacement. So I'm gonna let the cat out the bag. We are fixing to sign a contract with Mr. Intercoastal Ironworks, and Mr. Raymond and Peter, to build the 8th vessel, which is going to be the addition that this one was supposed to be. So exciting times coming for Dupre Marine. I started the company in 2001, March of 2001, with a little bitty 600 horsepower. It was so small when you would step. When you would step on the side of the boat would actually rock to the side. So it's a far cry from what you're looking at right here. So, but still, you know, it's a little boat that could. That's what Alva called it, and it's a little boat that did. So, because of that little boat, you know, it was the foundation of where we are today. So, when I first started in the boat business, I actually started as a mechanic right out of high school in '87. Then went to work for an offshore company, MV Marine. I went to work for them in 2000, excuse me, 90 or 91. And I worked for them till 98. I left there. Went to work for an inland company called Caillou Island Towing in 1998. First company was primarily offshore. I cut my teeth in the offshore market. Went to Caillou Island Towing and learned the inland barge market, servicing rigs, servicing inland dredges and stuff like that, smaller boats. Left, well, in '01, I started in 98, '01, we bought the first boat, like I said, the Billy C. '02, I bought my second boat while working for Caillou Island Towing. And in '05, we decided it was time to take it another step and do it ourselves. We're tired of making people rich. It's time to try to make ourselves rich. That's still not happening. I'm just telling you. So in '05, we started out on our own. We had 5 vessels at the time, all of them smaller inland. The biggest we had was 1,000 horsepower. The 2008 was 2006, 7, 8 was great. 2009, 2010, 2011. It's like running as fast as you can. You run straight into that brick wall. The work just stopped as far as the inland barge market is concerned. Regrouped, met someone that introduced me to the right people, and in 2012 we put our first boat on with Kirby, and 2018 we got 7 on with Kirby now, and we've sold all the little ones off, and we have now I don't know, y'all tell me, 5 2,000 horsepowers and 1 1450 and 1 1650. So from a 600 to where we are today, you know, we're pretty proud of the accomplishment. Also, to add to that, in 2015, we built 2 brand new boats. That was our first new build. Very exciting time. Never thought in my wildest dreams I'd be building a brand new boat, besides 2 of them at the same time. Really excited about it, and it was one thing after another after another. We wanted to do the same ceremony we're doing here, you know, with family, friends, and business associates, and have the boat here and do a nice little ceremony for it. But because of the issues we had, it wasn't possible. The boats were, 6, 7, 8 months late. So to Ambry and my mom, Kathleen, sorry. I hope you enjoy what we did for you. That's all we can do at the time. Next time. So it brings us to where we're at today. We building this one. This is our 3rd new build, and like I said, we're fixing to build our 3rd one, 4th one, and hopefully 2 more after that. Talk a little bit about. I mentioned in 2011, meeting someone. And luck, people always get mad when you hear luck. Oh man, you lucked out. Well, the person that is being told that, they take it as a derogatory statement. Man, you lucked out. That's the only reason why where you at today is because you lucked out. Man, look, luck plays a big part in success. You can know everything you need to know about what's going on, but if you don't have that little bit of luck, it's a little bit harder for that road, to travel. Everybody needs a little luck, and just to let you know how it happens sometimes, and where you at, and the people you meet, you never know how it comes back to help you. Again, back in 2011, I know he's gonna get mad at me. It's where we at today, so it's got to be told. It's a story that has to be told. In 2011, my daughter was a maid for the crew of Terranians. We went to a few parties, and we got to meet Dean and Danielle. Dean Sheremy and Danielle. Dean and Danielle own D&S Marine, which is a little larger size than what we are, but we do the same stuff. We do the same type of work. Yeah, a lot bigger than what we are. But I wanted to make it sound good. But again, to say how things happen and how you need a little luck, my daughter was a maid. Come to find out, we went to some parties. Both his daughters were pages for the Royal Court. And because we were both, in the boat business, and Dean was kind of new to the area at the time, new to the club, so we kind of started hanging out and talking. And Dean, we started talking about work, and Dean asked me how work was on our side. I was telling him it's terrible. It's bad. We're struggling, and things were good in 2010 with the BP oil spill, but as soon as that cleanup was done, it went back to being terrible. So Dean said, man, my boats, I push tank barges, and I work for Kirby. And he said, you ever thought about pushing red flag barges? I said, man, I'll paint my boats pink and do twin screws in a coastal for 240 days at a time if I have to. Whatever it is to get paid, I said, I'll do it. And he said, well, I just want you to meet someone. So he introduced me to the guys at Kirby. And, we put our first boat on with Kirby in 2012. I begged and I pleaded with an engine company to loan me some money to put some engines in a boat to repower it, to have enough horsepower to go to work for them. And we put our first boat, which was the Rory Dupre, named after my niece. Little 1200, that's the one we sold earlier this year. But she was the first boat on payroll, and my guys went out there and they performed and helped us get to the point we are today. But to go back to my point, without that lucky meeting of Dean, that day at that Mardi Gras party, I don't know where we'd be at today. I mean, selling snowballs. I know I wouldn't be a mechanic again, I can tell you that. I used to be a mechanic, but that ain't happening. In fact, that's how I got to know Father Joey. Father Joey actually was a ports man with me in United Diesel back in the late 80s. And when he walked in today, I said, you got to be honest with me. There is no way that you ever would have dreamed that you would be a priest today and I would be owning a brand new boat. Back in the day when we were pulling parts at, to go on a job somewhere in Venice, probably at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So it's a full circle. It's nice to have Joey along with this. But yeah, again, if we don't have that lucky chance meeting with Dean that day, we're not where we're at today. So luck plays a part in everything we do. It's not all about what you know. It's luck, it's timing, and I think that's the recipe. I'm not embarrassed when people tell me you got lucky. I sure did. I sure did. I tell you, I'm so glad Dean joined Terranians that year. But anyway, that's my little spiel on where we were at today and how we got to where we got, and very proud of it. On the barge, I want to introduce my wife. She's fixing to take the controls here, so I wanted to wait to introduce her here last. So Alva's, she used to work. She was there starting with me back you know, when we decided to go on our own, she liked to have a total meltdown when I came in and said, this is what we're doing. And she's like, oh my God, we just built a house. What are we going to do? And I said, we got this. Don't worry about it. So she's been with me, you know, besides just the married life. She's been with me in the work life also, through thick and thin. And she's seen me at the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. And she's a good woman, because when it's low, it's bad. And for her to, you know, to help pick me up and try to keep a positive attitude, it makes me, you know, want to get up and start the next day with fresh. So